Good evening, everybody. Me, Nick, here again at Ghost, Jigsaw, whatever you want to call us. Had a great football weekend, Win Daily Sports. This is the pre-lock DFS show. As always, sorry we got a little late, got a little sidetracked, but that's okay. We're just talking strategy here and there and how we want to do the show. And again, as always, follow at Win Daily Sports on all social formats. Follow me, follow Nick. You see everything in the description. I don't have to say it. It's all there. Check out all our promos. Obviously, but tonight, 8 games. Nick, we were talking about it. A lot of things changed throughout the course of the day. I'm a little disheartened because my man JoJo is not going to play tonight. But on the flip side, like I told you, I will be there live on Wednesday. So I'm glad he's sitting tonight and not Wednesday.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that would be absolutely awful if you were at that game Wednesday and then they decided to rest him that day. So I'd much rather see him resting tonight, especially against the Memphis team that they likely would have had the upper hand on the 76ers, even with Embiid playing. So it's gonna be a good time to get him some rest. He's been on an absolute tear, and they're gonna need him down the stretch here.
Going to be the Josh show tonight? Is it going to be the Josh show tonight?
It's gonna be the Josh show again tonight. There was a sequence where I should have tagged you in it on Twitter. I got to find that video. I'll tag you in after the show. But there was a sequence where Desmond Bane. Everyone knows how much I love Desmond Bane, but he had the craziest chase down block, and then Ja goes up for a windmill alley-oop right over Bradley Beal. Like, it was just like, that is 2022 Memphis Grizzlies basketball, and it's been absolutely amazing to see what they're doing this season. So they've been a ton of fun to watch, man.
They have, man. They have. And I love it because, again, I'm not going to get into the whole discussion, but I'm a Ja guy. You're a Bane guy. Ja is good for the NBA, man. Like,
Absolutely.
really, Ja is good like the NBA. Are we up and chucking in? Tone, let's go tonight. Listen, wait. I did good on the weekend with football, so I'm just going to throw it out there.
It was a good weekend.
Yeah, this was a good football weekend, man. And we had some fun, man. We had some really good props going. Obviously, you get our props for profit while we're talking here. Drop them in the comment section. We'll tell you who our props are for tonight. We're doing really well with that. Remember, hashtag props for, like the 4 horsemen, profit. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be fun. Keith says triple-double. Yeah, hello, triple-double. You think triple? I don't know, man. John triple-double tonight? Nick, could it happen?
I think this game gets out of hand, man.
I do too.
I absolutely hammered Memphis -3.5. I actually texted Michael. I said, when the line reopens, if it's anything under 10, take Memphis. And he texted me with a bunch of laughing emojis, and he's like, it opened up at 3. I was like, I'm absolutely hammering that. So
wow.
I don't know. It opened up at 3.5, man. I was really surprised. Like, Vegas thinks Tobias Harris and Seth Curry and Maxey kind of hold the 76ers in this game. I don't know, man. This one's going to be tough, but they might do it. But Triple J, JJJ, definitely an easier matchup for JJJ. He would have fouled out in 18 minutes against
Jaren Jackson Jr., man.
Definitely a better matchup for him. He would have fouled out in 18 minutes against Embiid. So, yeah, certainly a more favorable matchup for him going up against Tobias Harris, though.
Jimmy says, sounds like me, Tony. Hope it's a bonus plays February 27th. First, oh, nice, Jimmy. That'll be good. Oh, well, you got some time. Let's just pray. No injuries for the big man. He gets right. He's all good. So hopefully, yeah, man. That's a worst thing about going to a game and your guy doesn't play. There's nothing like it, man. Nothing like it. But you mentioned, it's funny. Let's stick to the Sixers game for a minute because I think there's some really good value in this game. And again, because, without Joe, I know it's not going to be the Andre Drummond show. Andre Drummond's not going to log 35 minutes tonight, right? He's just not. So there's a guy out there, Mr. Bassie, okay, who I think, watching this team, he's going to get some clock tonight, right? He is going to get some clock tonight. So what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking he could be an extreme value. He's one of listen, for my fantasy Firebox value play, it's all about $3,000. What do you think about Bassie tonight?
I have him for a decent chunk of minutes, right? And for me, what's important with guys like that is that they need to be effective when they're on the court. So, and that's exactly what Bassie is, right? So, Drum's going to get a ton of looks tonight. We know that's going to be the chalk of all chalk on the slate. Like, you need to lock button Andre Drummond tonight, 30 near stone cold minimum it's just a free square. You need to lock, but it makes things interesting to actually, if you end up going double Philly center, that's really interesting if you end up taking your Bassi play too. So it's something worth considering, absolutely. And I do think that he does get a healthy amount of run here, as well as Niang too. I like Niang a good bit tonight. I like Niang. He's
about Niang. I can't.
He's gonna be.
Man.
I don't like his game, but the man just chucks up threes like it's going out of style, man. This guy just runs to the corner and chucks up threes and chases offensive bounds like I can't stand to watch him. It's just he's really not fluid out there, but he's gonna take a ton of shots tonight. So there's a lot of value to be had on the 76ers tonight. I think
there is,
even with the large majority of the field, and when I say large majority, it should be 100% of the field rostering Andre Drummond tonight at near the stone cold minimum. I still think that we need a second 76er, whether it be, if people want to play Tobias Harris, I won't talk you off it. For me, the backcourt of Seth Curry and Tyrese Maxey is really interesting too. And
I like
the bench,
Seth tonight.
and the bench too, man. Like, it's just to be able to get exposure to that bench, especially if you're playing the script where the game ends up blowing out. Bassi, Niang, like a lot of these guys are going to end up seeing extended run in that fourth quarter, and that's where they could do a lot of damage.
Yeah, I agree. Now, Bucks Nation checking in says, what can we see Duncan Robinson scoring tonight? Going a little Miami. We're flipping the script here. Going to Miami. But what about, let's talk about this Miami game. What we got in this Miami game tonight, Ghost?
So I don't like Duncan Robinson a lot tonight, and I don't have him projected for all that many points. And the main reason why is because Duncan Robinson thrives with Jimmy Butler on the court. His scoring splits with Butler on the court versus off is absolutely ridiculous. So for me, with no Jimmy Butler tonight, I'm not playing Duncan Robinson. I'm all in on one of Tyler Hero or Bam Adebayo. For me, that like my core tonight is going to be a lot of option A or option B when it comes to all four pieces, because I'll let you guys decide. And one of them is going to be you need one of Tyler Hero or Bam Adebayo. And the way that impacts Duncan Robinson is that you insert Tyler Hero now, even if Tyler Hero is still coming off the bench, right? And don't be surprised if he does, because he's been coming off the bench the entire season, even with Butler out, even with PJ. Like, he might still come off the bench, but that he's going to play 38 minutes. He's that look for his own shot kind of guy. He's a shoot first player, and that affects Duncan Robinson tremendously. So the extended run's going to be there for Duncan, but without Jimmy Butler feeding him the ball, I'm not expecting all that much from him.
It's funny that you say that, because I honestly completely agree. It's, when Jimmy's in there, because listen, I'm a Jimmy guy. I remember Jimmy in Philly, always been a Jimmy guy, and just knows how he affects the entire scheme of the other, of the defensive team. So definitely. But what about Max Struss? I mean, Struss is actually doing pretty well, man. And he's 4,200. A lot of guys out tonight for Miami. You think he gets some extended minutes tonight and bangs on that value?
Max Struss is in my main lineup right now.
Oh, see, I knew it. He's a gem. He's a ghost gem tonight.
For me, it's I'm cool with either Struss or Caleb Martin. I do think one of the two will be in the 100K winning lineup tonight. And for me, I'm siding with Struss. If you need the savings because you can't get Struss is 42, Caleb Martin's at 35. Don't change your entire lineup to get up to Struss. If you have Caleb Martin, that's okay. I'm cool with either one of those guys. Just Struss is my dude tonight. That's a lot of threes. It's a lot of assist opportunities, and I'm not too fond of Gabe Vincent in this matchup. So that leads me to a lot of Struss, a lot of Tyler Hero.
Yeah, I mean, Brian, what's up, B? Check it in. He got us right before as we were talking. Caleb Martin or Struss with Hero, man. So there you go. My man likes Struss 100%. Never Lucky Roads, never mind. That's all right. KLB going for 4,500 DK. All right, you gotta, guys, listen. I'm new here, right? So these little like innuendos about, I'm not used to it yet. Like,
even though I'll be your translator.
You got to help me out.
Like, KLB is Kevin Love. So before Brian has his like his group of boys that he always plays, right? So we have this like inside joke where even if it's like a 10-cent contest or a 25-cent contest, Brian will always run Kevin Love, the Ball brothers, which he calls the ball sack brothers, or also known as BSB, right? So ball sack bros. So he'll run Lonzo and LaMelo in the same lineup with Kevin Love. And then he'll also run an all Duke lineup. So he'll run a lineup where all 8 guys went to Duke. So that's like that's Brian's mix, like off of his main lineup where he's having fun with NBA, and he'll run like all these lineups in like a 10-cent contest, and like a lot of the times they actually end up doing well. So kind of take away the analytics from it and just have some fun with it. And
I like
that's what it is. That's what Brian does.
I like that. I like how he says Kevin Fine lover boy. And I'll tell you what, this is gonna go straight from a PG to a porn rated show, but Kevin Love definitely has that demeanor of like the pizza boy with the sack in the box showing up at the door and that is Kevin Love written all over it. Listen, there's no FCC rules here on YouTube, so we could talk about that every now and then. So, but yeah, 100%. So big, I like it. Now, all Duke. Listen, man, I'm a Duke hater. Okay, I'm a Coach K hater. Can't stand Chapel. Listen, I'm a Chapel Hill guy. I'm a Chapel Hill UNC guy. So I was always a Tar Heel guy over the Blue Devils, and I can't stand Coach K. I can't stand him. So, but B, I'm sorry, that's just me. Prince, thanks. Prince always got my back. So he said, Kevin Love. You guys are always going to have to get my back with this, man. Like, I just figured out FVV was Fred VanVleet. I was like, who the hell was FVV? Like, I know FVR because I'm a wrestling guy. Like, I know who that is. I'm like, who the hell is FVV? So right. I got to get used to these names, man. Adam, what's up, buddy? He says, will Tobias step up since Joe is out, or will it be Seth? Me, I'm a big Seth guy tonight. I think this is one of those 20 to 25 point Seth nights, 3+ threes. He's going to be in my props for profit. We'll get to that later. But what do you think? Not to keep going around, but you think this is more of a Tobias or more of a Seth kind of setup? What do you think?
I think it's more of a 76ers backcourt, Maxey and Seth show more than anything else. So I think when it comes to that front court, if they're dishing the ball to the front court, it's gonna be a drum in the paint. So they're gonna want to try and expose guys like JJJ and Steven Adams on the block. So that means giving Andre Drummond the ball down low. Tobias Harris in that mid-range is it's a surprisingly tough matchup for him. Memphis is really deep when it comes to the wings. It's not a lot of known players when it comes to their rotation, when it comes to the Brandon Clarks and the Kyle Andersons and the John Conchars and stuff like that. But when you watch these Memphis wings play, they're real feisty, and they take off of Dylan Brooks and his game. Obviously, he's the motor to their defense. Still inactive tonight, but you could tell his influence rubs off on the way that Memphis plays defense, and that's not ideal for Tobias Harris on the wing tonight. So I lean the backcourt, Maxey and Curry.
I'm with you. This is a Maxey Curry night, man. I know Maxey. Somebody said he's killed him lately. Keith said Maxey's due. My gosh, listen, I agree. Remember, he had a couple of days off. He came back. He was a little slow. He'll be back. He'll be fine tonight. This is definitely his kind of game. We're gonna get these scores in a minute, but real fast, Ivan. Listen, Villanova all day. I agree. I'm a Jay Wright guy. I'm a mainline kind of guy. Always like Nova Nation. Everybody from Nova, 100%. I'm Nova all day, but UNC is definitely my love. B checks in, says line pre-live is Ja, Hero, Caleb, KLB, Drum. His mama call him Clay, Pal, CJ the Bum, or Strauss and Simmons. I don't even want to see. I know that's not Ben Simmons, right? I get it. It's Anthony. I get it. But just the word Simmons makes me cringe. So right. I can't even look at that. But what do you think about these scores, Ghost?
I would go Strauss and Anthony Simons. I absolutely love Anthony Simons tonight. So I would go from Caleb to Strauss and then CJ down to Anthony Simons.
And I knew that too.
You're missing an OKC piece in there, which you're able to swap for Powell. He's actually my props for profit today too. So.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah. We got Twitch coming in. Listen, I'll tell you what, man. I'm Van Vliet all night. I am. I'm a Fred guy tonight. Julius Randle has been so inconsistent lately. 40, 20, 25, 40. No way. I don't know about you, Ghost, but I'm going with the Toronto native tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, it's no bias here for me there, knowing that I'm north of the border, but I have Van Vliet. This is when it comes to tiers, I go strictly off our projections on windowsports.com. It's for me, Van Vliet's projected more than Julius Randle. I like Randle for DFS tonight in really large field tournaments, just because if there's ever a get right spot, bounce back spot for Julius Randle, it's against Sacramento. It's a bounce back spot for anybody in the league, pretty much. If it's tiers 1-for-1, I'm going Van Vliet over Julius Randle.
Listen, I completely agree, and I'm gonna show you. We're gonna give you a little sneak peek here, just to show you what we look at. And I'm not, again, I can't give it all away, man. Like I can't give us all away. But hold on, I'm gonna bring this up live as we're doing this. I just want to give you guys an idea of what Ghost is exactly talking about. Give me a second so I can pull this up. Here we go. This is gonna be quick, and these are the projections we talk about. And we have a whole screen of this, okay? And this is what you would get if you sign up right here. This is so right here. I'm just going to give you that, and this is in order. These three right here. You got Jaylen Brown sandwich, but look at the projections right here. These are the points, right? We're looking at the projected points for Van Vliet tonight, 45.5, as opposed to 41.5 for Randle. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. So we're giving you everything that we're looking at, right? So that's what we're looking at. So you absolutely go for Van Vliet tonight based on our projections. If B says is it stupid? I don't want to pivot Powell for the dirtiest player in the NBA.
Just to give a bit of backstory to that one too, Lou Dort took a run at Kevin Love, and that's Brian's boy. So
Lou Dort is, I don't know, man.
Lou Dort is the OKC guy that I was talking about.
Yep. So is it going to be more him or is it going to be more Giddey tonight?
I got both.
He's got both. He's got double OKC.
Double OKC in this game.
Look at Keith's got Trey, Steph, Maxey, Giddey, Wiggins, Dort, Holmes, Pascal, and Drummond. Listen, the only thing that scares me about Steph is the blowout factor. It's the only thing, and I know we don't always put our most of our thought process into that, but that Houston team is not very good right now, and Golden State's going to blow the doors off, and this could be a game where Steph rests half the game, right? So when you're paying up to that money, that 10-5, 11-1, 11-5, it's huge money. And just be careful. Trey is in my core. We're going to get the cores in a minute. Trey's in my core tonight. I absolutely love Trey Young, but he is questionable. So we got to really keep an eye on that for the next hour and 20 minutes to see what's going on. So let's talk cores real fast. I'll show you what my core is, and we'll get to the real analytics of what Ghost's core is to see what I'm looking at. Obviously, we build different ways, but I love CJ McCollum tonight. There's, obviously I love the Portland game tonight. There's no Dame, obviously. CJ's only 7,600 tonight. He's in my props for profit as well. Trey Young, same thing. It's all about the questionable tag. Gotta watch it. But I love that Toronto Atlanta game. Lots of points scored for me, 100%. And then I got to go with Ja. Right? Ja to me is here's two musts for me that are in my lineup. Joel Embiid, Ja Morant. Tonight there's no Joe, so you got to go Ja. So for me, Ja is in the court, and I really like Ghost because of exactly what I just said. I'm not scared of Kevin Looney on Golden State. Christian Wood to me for 8,600 tonight is a really solid play. And again, if Young is out, we just talked about Van Vliet. I go F, and I even use it for you guys. FEV, I put that in there just in case Young is out. So that is my core who I'm going with. I know it's a little different than what other people do. But I look at that number between 86 and 7,600 for $17,000. I get some really good production between Wood and McCollum. So, Ghost, who you got going for your core, man?
You have to eat the chalk tonight with Andre Drummond. It makes me sick. But you at 3,700, you just have to do it. So let's just get that one out of the way. After that, it's going to be, I was saying earlier in the show, it's going to be a bunch of duos, right? Where you guys, based on the positions that you have left, you're able to pick one or both of the guys I'm about to list. So the second one, Drummond's number one. Second core player, which is a duo, is going to be one of Tyler Hero or one of Bam Adebayo. against the Boston Celtics on the road for this Miami Heat team. Look, you could drive all the analytics that you want. Jimmy Butler's out, PJ Tucker's out. There's so many shots to go around.
Everybody's out.
When it comes to Tyler Hero in particular against Jaylen Brown, that's a matchup that I want to exploit more so than Bam Adebayo against Robert Williams. I'll leave it at that, but I'm cool with either one of them. And the third core player is going to be one of Josh Giddey or Lou Dort. So this is the game, and you'll see with my fourth core play as well. This is the game that I'm going to have the most exposure to, and I think that it completely flies under the radar. If you need any analytics to support that, make sure you go and read our article today from Adam and I, as we publish it every day at windailysports.com. So for that, the Portland OKC game for me is one that grades out tremendously well in my model, and it's something that I plan on having a ton of exposure to. Not only is Damian Lillard still out for Portland, but they also just lost Nasir Little for the remainder of the season, right? So it's an automatic, very tight rotation on the Portland side because, frankly, if you play Ben McLemore 25 minutes off the bench, you're not winning any games. So by default, that is an absolute tight rotation that Portland has to run. And then you look on the OKC side of the ball, everyone knows how much I love SGA in his game. SGA is out right now. So at least the end of the All-Star break. So what I'm looking at, I need Josh Giddey, increase in rebound percentage, increase in assist rate as well. And Lou Dort might take 25 shots tonight. So I absolutely love that combo there. And both of them, Giddey is priced accordingly. Lou Dort is priced up. And I don't think anyone plays Lou Dort. If he gets hot from deep, which Portland ranks 29th in the league in defensive rating, look out for Lou Dort tonight at 6K on DraftKings. And then my fourth core play, I just talked about that Portland OKC game. You need someone on the other side to run it back. It's going to be one of CJ McCollum or one of Anthony Simons. Tony, you got CJ in your core. I absolutely love both of these guys today. So I'll say without giving it away there, I'm okay with running both of them in the same lineup. Ooh. Because I don't want to play Storm and Norman against Lou Dort. And I love Anthony Simons' game as of late. So for me, that's what I'm going with. It's going to be one of Hero or Bam, one of Giddey or Dort or both, and then one of CJ or Simons or both. Pair that with Andre Drummond, get another 76er in your lineup, and you're off and running. So for me, those are going to be the teams that I have exposure to. And the honorable mention for me, if I'll do that as a fifth thing, if you don't end up going with the duos, like you don't end up playing CJ and Simons together, you don't end up playing Giddey and Dort together, I do want one Toronto Raptor and one Atlanta Hawk today because that was, before all this news came out, that was the top game rated in my model, and it still is. So just like you, Tony, I do want a piece of that game on both sides of the ball. And the two guys that I wrote up, for those of you that haven't read the article, please go and do that. Yes. But if you're not able to do that because you're driving and you're listening on the way home or whatever it is, two guys that I wrote up today, in particular in that game, I wrote up a ton, but the two guys that I wrote up the most in that game were Trae Young and Fred VanVleet. So should Trae Young be active in this game, I will anchor my lineups to Trae Young and Fred VanVleet.
So just so everybody knows, what Ghost talked about, and you see if you follow us on socials, I mean, him and Adam do a bang up job. Adam also throws your Yahoo Cash plays as well. And within those articles is the actual science to what they are thinking, percentage levels, minute percentages, shot percentage, stuff that we're not even talking about right now. So if you want to understand more of what we're talking about, please go read those articles. The guys work their ass off on them. They put tremendous analytics into it, and you'll be very satisfied with what you find. I can guarantee you that. Now, we got a ton of comments, which I love. And here's what I do love. We got Prince and Brian commenting. They're having their own show in the chat, which is absolutely extraordinary. I love it. You can't even listen. This community, you can't say enough. It's unbelievable. Daniel says Seth Curry plus 8,000 to lead the slate in raw scoring tonight. Wow, that's a huge number. If Seth Curry leads this, wow, I don't even know what to say, but that's. Hey, man, sprinkle a couple dollars on that. You never know. Tone says, Hero, Trent, Strauss, Harris, Bam, Simons, OG, Drummond. A lot of heat right there. A lot of heat. That's okay. We talked about that. Could be a really good game to get some value in. Brian says Hero top 5 DK score tonight, and we get the iconic Ghost Hero gift. I don't know what the Ghost Hero gift is. I gotta
It's
find
the
this
smirk.
out.
It's the smirk from when he was in the bubble. So I send that
Okay.
every time Hero has a crazy game, which is seemingly like every game this season. I always send it in there because he's always under 5% roster, and then when he's chalk, he ends up busting tonight. But there's a lot of guards, so I'm hoping that he comes in lower roster than what he should be.
That's cool. Brian also says Earl Robertson sneaky play tonight. Nurkic sucks.
So just keep an eye on that because they had to call JRE back up because he actually got sent down to the G League today.
Ooh.
And they called up Isaiah Roby. So they sent down JRE and they called up Isaiah Roby, and Isaiah Roby wasn't fit to play. He's still banged up. So they called JRE back up. So like just with all that travel and stuff, like just see if you can find something out about JRE while we're on air here. If you can get in that.
Keith wants to know if you like Mr. Man.
If I like Trey Mann, yeah, I wrote up Trey Mann. I'm so invested in Giddey and Dort that I can't. Okay, enough with the Dort slander, Brian. Kevin Love's like 40. Come on, enough of that. I wrote up Trey Mann, but I might go elsewhere just because if I'll say it this way. If I play Giddey and Dort together, I'm not going to play him. If I just play Giddey, then I will play Trey Mann.
So Ivan says FEV, Giddey, or CJ have Dort and Simons in my lineup.
Oh my God, good luck.
Jimmy's got Giddey, Hero, Dort, Harris, Drum, Simons, Kuminga. I like the Kuminga. I love it. I do. I love Kuminga and CJ.
Kuminga grades out really well for me tonight.
Yeah,
FEV Giddey or CJ, man, like it's raw points. I'll take FEV, but they're all so different in salary that like FEV is $1,000 more than Giddey and CJ, so it has to be a 2-for-2 combo for me to be able to consider that. But like at that point, if you can get FVV in there, you might as well just go from Dort to Giddey and then play CJ. Because FVV is $1,000 more than CJ, which if you could afford all three, you can go from Dort to Giddey. So I would just do that.
So Brian says Ja, Hero, Strauss, KLB, Drum, his mom call play nameless OKC guy, Simmons to the moon. Oh, that's great.
Really solid.
That's really solid out there. I love it.
I do like the Klay Thompson play as well. Adam and I were talking about this. Is that the main goal for Klay in every single game is that they need him to get in game shape for the playoffs, right? So no matter what, if they're up by 25 or if they're down by 15, he will play the same amount of minutes every single game. His rotation never changes. So just something to keep an eye on when it comes to Klay. Like if you're in that Tyler Hero range and you want to take a shot, I'm not encouraging you to do it. But if it's something that you want to do with your lineup, I'm not opposed to it because no matter what the situation may be, Golden State could be up by 40, down by 40. Doesn't matter. Klay's playing the exact same amount of minutes as he's on his rehab program right now to be able to get in shape for the playoffs. So.
Yeah, that's a great point. And that's what you have to start looking at. These guys that are coming back from injury or who have missed some time that they have to get ready for a playoff run, they're going to play minutes regardless because they need the time. So that's a really, really, really good point. Brian says also the green screen backdrop is dope, Ghost. Yeah, listen, Ghost don't mess around. Look at that basketball in the background. It's sick, man. I love it. Puts my Philly stuff to shame, man. I'm telling you. But one thing, that's all right. We both unique. But this is what we're going to get to. Jigsaw T, you always have that lovely, fly, Eagles, fly, baby. You know what I mean? Fly, Eagles, fly. You can't, listen, you can't get around that. But tonight, again, like we always do, this is our Props for Profit segment. We're going to keep this show going. Listen, any more DFS, any questions, get us in Discord. Obviously, go read the article. Goes all outlined there. And obviously, if you're not a member yet, make sure you sign up for Win Daily. Get in there and get those projection models that we show. You will be very happy. But this is the Props for Profit segment. When we end the last 5 or so minutes on our favorite props of the night, whether they be plus money, whether they be really close to plus money, combo bets, whatever, SGPs, whatever we can do to help you be profitable, obviously. But this is what you need to do to get involved in this segment. Please, I keep asking everybody, we want to get this trending. Hashtag props with a 4, the number 4, like the 4 horsemen, like Ric Flair style, profit. get on Win Daily Sports, give us your favorite it could be on this show, and then after the show you might see one. Throw it out there. Throw it out there to me and Ghost and everybody in the family. Okay, we want to get this going to see how many different props that we can get. So I'm going to start right off. We talked about the Sixers game, and obviously we talked about our man Seth Curry. So I love the Seth Curry over 2.5 threes bet tonight. It's plus 125. It's plus money. Right. This is, we talked about it being a Seth Curry kind of game. And whenever Joe misses time, we always wait for that next guy to step up. And Seth Curry, since coming back, from injury, he threw up 7 threes. He's out for 10 days. He throws up 7 threes, only hits 2 of them. But guess what? When Seth gets on fire, what happens. So he's going to be leaned on a lot tonight. He's going to play 30-plus minutes, probably 35, I would guess, close to possibly even 40. And this is going to be an easy bet to me, Goes. Plus 125 over 2.5 threes. That's my first prop for profit. How you looking?
I absolutely love that number. I really, really like that number. And I'm actually going to turn to another shooter of my own, and I've talked about him long enough in this show, but sorry, Brian. Lou Dort to score 20 plus points is at plus 120 right now, and that will be one of my props for profit. But the shot attempts are going to be absolutely through the roof for Lou Dort, because now that Josh Giddey becomes a primary ball handler, there is so much shooting to go around, because SGA, while he can dish the ball, he often ends up driving to the hoop at an absurd rate, and now that is completely gone. So while Josh Giddey can also drive to the hoop at a very good level himself in his rookie season, he often looks for that kick out, and that benefits none other than Lou Dort scored 20 plus tonight against the second worst defense in the league. 20 plus for Lou Dort, plus 120.
I like that. That's not a hard number to get by, especially in that game. There's going to be a lot, like you said, a lot of points scored. So it's one of those games. I'm going to stick to the Sixers theme here. And I'm going to go Matisse Thybulle over 1.5 steals. I literally bet this every single game. Matisse is a steals master. And if you go back and look at his numbers or what he's doing to steal now, again, the Sacramento game, he gives you a 0, right? What's the odds? But when he plays 20 plus minutes, he averages double-digit steals per game. Okay, which I'm sorry, double-digit points, but he gives you the steals, which is 2+ every single game. You're talking, if you look at the games just over the last 5, in between the Sacramento and the Charlotte game, he's played an average of 27 minutes, and he averaged 3+ steals. So for me tonight, in that Memphis game, I think this is another easy one. Again, listen, Vegas isn't giving money away, right? The plus money is very hard to hit 100% of the time. So obviously one of these probably isn't going to work out, but who knows? Maybe I got that lucky charm tonight. But I really like that. A lot goes into this, and I really do think that number is very, very concise. Over 1.5 to me is a no-brainer. So I'm going.
Cork just got ruled out too. So
who did?
Cork Mons just got ruled out.
Oh, no Cork. What am I going to do? No Cork. Thank God. He's dead to me anyway, that Cork. So that's more Thybulle love tonight, baby. Yes, let's get it. Over 1.5 steals. What do you got now, Ghost?
Sticking with the OKC Thunder. I did end up betting the Blazers in this game, but that is not at plus money. So I'm turning to the OKC side for my props for profit, and I'm going to Josh Giddey. I just went to Lou Dort, talked him up for nearly the entire show. I talked about Josh Giddey an absolute ton today. Put 2 and 2 together on which guys I'm playing in my DFS lineup tonight. But Josh Giddey to go over 16.5 rebounds plus assists in the player combo bet. So over 16.5 rebounds plus assists for Josh Giddey. His rebounding rate actually jumps with SGA off the court, and his assist rate increase is absolutely astronomical for a man that is seemingly not going to leave the court against the second worst defense in the entire league, getting an extremely favorable matchup against CJ McCollum and Anthony Simons all night long. Look for Josh Giddey to involve his teammates as much as possible to be able to get these shots up. If not, OKC will lose by 20. So Josh Giddey should be able to hit this number with ease, both on the glass and in the assist column.
But what's the what's the number goes? I'm sorry, plus
16
what?
and a half. Plus 120, excuse me.
Plus
I actually
120.
didn't even mention that. Yeah, that's also plus 120. So both Giddey and the Dort bet are both at plus 120. It's plus
Can't
money.
beat that, man. There's a lot of plus money go around tonight. A lot of plus money go around. Let's see if anybody's got any. Right here, we got Bucks 8 set. Duncan Robinson over 13 and a half. We're going back to the Duncan Robinson train. I like it. Brian says random prop bet that isn't related. Aaron Rodgers signs the Niners. Jimmy G interceptions sealed it. Listen, man. You know how I feel about Jimmy G. That's all right. By the way, love how you all slander.
I'm not slandering them, man. I'm talking analytics. They're the second worst defense in the league. You know how much I love the Blazers. I say this every show. I want to see. Last year, Brian can call Cap in the chat right now. He knows I had a future on Portland to win the championship last year. He knows that, and he knows how much I love Portland, but they need to figure it out, man. They don't have a single defensive player on that roster outside of Robert Covington.
They do.
They don't have a single defensive player on that roster. Like
and B just said Nurkic sucks. So he already
Nurk doesn't know what he's doing on his own side of the half court line. He has no idea what he's doing out there. But
that's funny, man. That's funny. Well, I'm gonna go 3 times a charm here. Throw my third one out there. This is it for me for the night. All right, I'm going to go right back. And again, you're going to see the theme. This is all teams that we talked about, players we talked about. He's in my core. I'm going CJ McCollum over. It's supposed to be points. If he got 12, let me change that. If he got freaking 21 and a half rebounds, man, what's he on? Some Superman stuff, man? What's going on here? I got to fix that. Everybody be yelling at me. Yeah, CJ McCollum over 21 and a half points. That's plus 100. That number was on DK. I'm not sure. Obviously, check your other books, pay off for, if you need to get it. But plus 100 to me tonight, this is a definite 23 to 27 point night for me for CJ McCollum in that game. So I think he hits this number very easily. You always talk about, the thin bench already with Portland. The minutes are going to be there. Obviously, he's going to be dependent to play a lot tonight. So he's going to have the shots. It's just a matter of can he get the percentage. And I think enough traffic to the rim, enough drives to the basket, I think he'll get him to that number. So, Ghost, what do you got? We got one more. Give us your best last prop for the night. Props for prop.
We do. I'm gonna have to tease the crowd a little bit here with this one. You're gonna have to catch us on Twitter for this one because nice. I wrote this down. I'm actually I gotta check my conversation with Adam here to make sure that I'm not lying. So I texted him at where is it? 1:37 p.m. I said it's Isaiah Jackson time.
Isaiah Jackson.
And now, not only is Sabonis in protocols, but Goga Bitadze just got ruled out as well.
Oh.
And so it's going to be my third prop / my FFVP as well. Did I say that properly, by the way?
Yes,
FFVP?
I like
there
it.
We go. Okay,
Yo, Ghost is top on the FFVP.
I'm getting it. I'm trying to keep up with you, man. Like, okay, so my FFVP of the slate, and we can't use Andre Drummond because that's a cop out. He's under 4K, but he's going to be 95% rostered. So that
dude, 100%.
So my FFVP of the day and my third prop, should the books release them because they're playing with fire because they know I'm going to hammer them, is going to be none other than Isaiah Jackson. Isaiah Jackson has been ridiculously efficient for the Pacers, and we've been saying this for months now, that when Miles Turner will end up getting traded, Isaiah Jackson is somebody to look for when coming off the bench. And now he is put into that starting role tonight against a very, very small Clippers team that will be without Ivica Zubac. Plenty of rebounds to go around for Isaiah Jackson. Going to be able to run up and down the court all game long. And I absolutely will be hammering one of his props. You just have to be able to follow on Twitter, and we'll be able to post it there for you.
I like that. And again, just so everybody knows, I like where Ghost is going with this. Seriously, we have about an hour left, but again, you have the 8 o'clock games, got 9 o'clock, got 10 o'clock. Like, we're hammering this all night. I mean, listen, obviously we live and die with this stuff. So, get us at Twitter. at Win Daily Sports. And again, he said a hashtag props for profit. We got a couple more before we get out of here from the audience. We got Ivan says Drummond over 10 points. We say Drummond double tonight, Ghost. Do you think we can? He's going to get the boards, but can he get the points?
I think he does. And I was hesitant at first, but I ended up absolutely hammering Andre Drummond props. I got his rebounds at 10.5, and I got his points at 9.5, and I took Andre Drummond to double as well. So
I like that.
I ended up taking both. Look, it's either way. Realistically, he could end up playing far less minutes than what most of the people are going to be talking about. But at the same time, he's just going to be able to dominate whoever's against them whenever he's out there. So the rebound shouldn't be an issue, and the points, as long as he's able to go like 2 for 10 from the free throw line, he should be good.
So this is what we're going to do. Because Ghost got me thinking now too. So we're going to end this show. Obviously, so he gives us everybody about an hour to get their lineups in, get their thoughts together, rewatch it on YouTube, get your picks. But here's what you need to do. You need to get on Twitter. You're on Twitter at Win Daily Sports, and Ghost and myself will post our 4th props for profit, and it'll be something that you're going to look at. I only like the bonus ones, right? The big, I throw everything out there, man. I got the Mitchell Robinson. I'm a legend with the Mitchell Robinson, right? So, from Jason, killing me at the Mitchell Robinson, but he couldn't hit on Randall, but I hit on Mitch Rob, right? So that's all good. So again, I'll throw out a bonus props for profit. Ghost will throw out bonus props for profit. And what we'll do every night is, we'll either give you 2 or 3 during the show and give you a bonus one on Twitter. And I want everybody to follow that thread. Just hit the thread and make sure you hashtag props for profit and throw your favorite prop out there. And then we'll all tally up and hopefully we all make some money. So that's the biggest thing.
Someone's going to drop the odds in the chat for Josh Giddey triple-double.
Hey, man, listen, we're a big family, which is great. You guys have been fantastic. Everybody checking in, keeping the show going. If we can get their comments, we're sorry. We're trying to keep this under a certain amount of time. Plus, me and Ghost want to get our shit in as well. So let's be honest. So I want to make some damn money too. So again, everybody, thanks for joining in. Monday to Friday, 5 o'clock, 5:15, depending on the star. Me, Ghost, Adam, me, just go, whatever. You'll see one of us here going over it. Again, thank you, B. Smash the like button, subscribe at Win Daily Sports. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy. We'll catch you tomorrow.